Hey, what's up, guys? Today I will be talking about dead zones, how they work, what they do, and what are the best settings for them. So a lot of people in the community really don't know how these work, like left stick minimum, left stick max. I'm just here to explain this so I can make you guys a better player. Hopefully, climb those ranks in rank play. So first off, dead zones are like, how do I explain this in simple terms? Basically, like the input, like I'll explain it easier. Like if I raise my let's do left stick minimum to, let's just say, like, let's do an insane number, like 30, right? So right here, my max is a lot. Oh, it actually doesn't show you when you do this. See, it registers. Okay, so let me just put it down here to one then. So let's just say, for example, see this my left stick. Let's say this little, like, actually not like simple. Let's raise this up to 100. Let's say this 50 circle right here, like the second largest circle. Let's say this circle was all red. So dead zones work. So if I move my trigger like right here, if say the circle was red like this, like this. Let's just imagine that red circle was right there. So what dead zones are is basically when your stick is on the red, like right here. It's not red, but just imagine it. If it was right here, your character will not move since this is your left stick. This is where you move. It's your left stick. So with your left stick, you wouldn't move if you're in the red right here. But as soon as you hit like the edge, as soon as you get out of that red border, then you start to move. Now this is really important because I don't know how it worked on older Call of Duties. I'm not that old, but I'm guessing they had like a just like you couldn't control the dead zones. So you had like a delay. So the lower you put your inputs or your dead zones, my bad. The lower you put your dead zones, the more you'll get a faster response time. So like I have like on one, I only have it on one just because of my stick drift. I mean I can turn it on to zero if I really want to do, but I almost move instantly. So this is why like this is dead zones are very important. Also, this is huge for your right stick. Your right stick is really important for your dead zones, and I'll explain why later. Let me talk about the max. Obviously, I mean this is pretty simple. I don't think anybody should be worried about the max, but left stick max is basically like the border. So if I turn this like right? So right now, boom, I'll be moving the max. Here, I'll explain it way easier for my right. I can actually show you guys this. Let's put it in my normal settings. So if I put my right stick minimum at just, let's say, like the lowest you can go, right? Fucking 5. So let's put it at 5. And let's start that. So as soon as this is gonna be insane. As soon as I move my right stick, look what it does. Boom, instant. It's like pretty like I'm hitting the max. I'm hitting the max. So it just makes you move like it's very like touching home. Turn it up. I can't really explain it by doing this. Insane. Just turn it up to like let's just turn it up to like 40. So as soon as I touch this wall, I'm basically at the max already. If that explains it. So instead of your finger moving all the way to, let's put it at 99. Instead of your finger moving all the way to like the edge of the border to get your maximum, so you can like turn really fast, your maximum is like right here or like right here. Usually I keep the right stick max 99 because you want to have like a range of motion. You want to like have a you just want to like, so it's more like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but you just gotta like want to keep it like pretty high just so you can like it's like more smoother. It's more smoother. Because as you see, I turned into 5, it wasn't really smooth. I couldn't really control it. Usually, just I would keep the right max just the same. Dead zone max are very like easy to explain. As soon as you hit it, you're at your max. Like you're at your max turning point. Like you can't turn further than that. That's like your max. Usually your left. This is left stick max where you run. So where you run. So mine's at 60. So whenever I move up like a little bit, I instantly move like fast. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people do. It's all preference. You could mess with it. 75, 60. You can go below 50, like whatever you want. If you want to move instantly right away, it all depends what you guys want to do with it. It's all preference. It's all preference. Like some pros have it like at 99. Some pros have it at 60. Like for example, I think Shotzi, his movement's insane, but he has it like at 99. And Snoopy has it like at 60 or pretty low. So it's all preference. You guys just gotta test it out and get a feel of the game, see what it feels like for you. But um, what else should I explain now? Oh, the right stick minimum. So this is very important. Usually L2 R2 dead zones, button dead zones, put them all the way at 0. It just makes it so it's like kind of instant, so you can shoot instantly. So that's very easy to explain. But right stick minimum, this is where a lot of people get confused about because some pros have it like at 5. Some pros like there's a lot of pros that have it differently. Um, a lot of people move this for their stick drift, but I will tell you this: right stick minimum is really for your recoil control. If you know what I mean. So like I will test this out in a game because it'd be very hard to explain it. But for example, so if you don't like to move your finger, like if you want to like barely press like if you, I don't, it's all preference, but if you like don't want to move your right stick all the way down to control your recoil control, you can turn it down. You can turn down your minimum, which makes it easy. It makes it touchier. It makes it so you can control your recoil like with a slight touch. A lot of people don't like that just because they don't know, because they want to hold it down longer. It's just all preference. The right stick minimum is all preference. You could use the figure stick drift, but I wouldn't, because it just if you change it every single time, it just messes with your gameplay. So I would keep it like at the same thing. Once you get your settings, I would never really change it. I would just keep them and just get used to them. Because if you start to change stuff, then that's when you like gotta learn new things. You gotta like relearn the game, and it's very hard to like play like that. So I would just stick to something and get used to it, get really good at it, and then you should get better. But right stick minimum is so. For example, let me hold down the root control for Rival 9. So I play on right stick 3, so I'm like barely touching it, and I'm controlling it. But okay, so if I turn this up, I would so send it to like 15. I would have to push way down lower for it to like control my recoil control. But look, this is the same thing. So I'm holding down like I'm on point 0.3 dead zone. See how it's starting to move a little bit? So it's just really all preference. I'm still good at holy shit, but let's turn it up more so I can really explain it. It's really just all preference. The right stick minimum. So the harder you have to obviously explain the minimum. I gotta like get out of the border so it can like register it in the game. But let's do it here, right? So let me just shoot. Try to hold it. See how it's kind of going everywhere? Let's just like, man, this is really hard to explain. But usually this is all preference. So you can try out 3. What I would do in this game is whatever what weapon you use, like an AR, SMG, whatever you use, I would kind of shoot the training bots and hold your recoil control, and then I would start. Honestly, I would start from 1, all the way up to whatever. So for one, I'll just start at one, and just if one is too touchy for you, then slowly go up until you find like the perfect balance of where your like finger wants to like hold the real control. So it's better for you. That's what a lot of people get confused about. A lot of people put them like on pro settings like 0.3, 0.5, but you may not like it, and then you'd be like, oh, you're just using pro settings, right? But those pros use that just because it's right for them. It's not really right for you. If you get what I'm saying. Like that dead zone is good for their fingers. They're like their thumbs, really. Like the way they like to play the game, the way they like to hold the recoil control. And then for you, you might play the game way different. You might like to hold your thumb all the way down. So it's really all preference. A lot of people don't say that. It's really all preference. It's what makes you better. I mean, like I could put on Celium's fucking shirt and I'd be fucking ass. Like just because you put on pro settings doesn't mean you're gonna be the best. Settings is just all for you. So don't really get that twisted. But like for example, let me see. Let me get move it to one right here, right? I don't really play on one, but let me play on one. And let me try to control the recoil control. MCW doesn't really move that much, so it's pretty hard to explain. But see, okay, it is good. So see, I'm holding it down like on three, right? And see how it's going down a lot? That's because it's activating like way earlier. See, I don't like that because if I shoot a person, I'm just gonna be looking at him and just shooting him down. So if I put it to two, it's a little better, but it's still going down. And then oh shit, I might die from that. I didn't. And then if I put it to three, see how like that stays a lot more. I'm still holding it down the same way. Like I'm still holding it down like this, like on one, two, three. I'm still holding it down the same way. It's just I'm just turning up my dead zones, and look what it's doing. Three, it's still go down, but I'm still control it. And then four, it's almost down. Like it's all preference. It's really all preference. Like if you want to be like I can probably control the recontrol. I can probably control the re. Oh my god, I can't speak right now. Holy shit! Hold up, drink water. I'm talking a lot. Okay, so I could probably play on one, right? But it'd be harder for me to hold my rear control because I had to hold it like at the edge, really. Like see, like this. And I don't like to do that. I like to hold it like sort of like down like this, and it's going down. See? It's all the way you want to hold your recoil control. If you want to hold your recoil control while aiming down more with your finger, or if you want to like get like yes, okay. So what pros say about this, or what anybody says about this, if you turn it down to zero, you'll get like really fast, like no delay, pretty much. Like you'll move right away. But you kind of don't want that because well, you could play like this if you really wanted to, but you kind of don't want that just because everything's very sensitive, very sensitive. So if you turn, it's like it's this is kind of like sensitivity. Right stick minimum is kind of like sensitivity. So just keep turn it to like one to three, and just hold like your recoil control and see where like the gun doesn't move. And now I would suggest using that. And then that's really how it works. I play on three. A lot of pros play on three. It's best for me. Not I don't do it just because pros use it. It's best for me. That's when people get twisted a lot. Just because you put on pro settings doesn't mean makes you good. The only thing I would suggest is turning up your sense to either 5.5 or 6.6. You can go 7.7. So sensitivity is all preference too, but I would go 5.5, 6.6, 7.7. Just because I mean pros don't play on 1.1. They don't. You know what I mean? So that's really our preference. But settings, I'm pretty sure I explained all the dead zones, right? So yeah, that's how really dead zones work. Rest stick minimum. A lot of people get that twisted. Um, yeah, that's it. Really, it's not that hard once you get used to it. That's how people like become really good at the game. Just like their settings. Oh shit, my lipstick's tweaking. So that's really it about dead zones. It's not that hard once you like the thing. Once you understand dead zones, it's not that very hard to understand about it. But your right stick is basically all about like your recoil control and like how touchy you want it to be. Oh my god, it's okay. But they really explained how touchy you want it to be. You just gotta go into the game and just get a gun and shoot at a wall and see where where you hold the recoil control and see where like the number is you're best at. Usually I wouldn't go below above 10. I mean, I wouldn't go above 10 or else there's a lot of input, there's a lot of delay, and I wouldn't like you're probably gonna get beat. You're probably gonna lose gunfights. So I would go like below 10, definitely. Because I know like Shotzi, Snoopy play on 3, and then Abizi plays on 5, and he's godlike. So I mean that all explains it. Like you don't need to have like these settings are all for you basically. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's all really preference. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to have like this type of setting to be really good at the game. It's just what's best for you, really. So a lot of people don't explain that. This also could make you really good at controlling your recoil control, but people don't explain either. So if you're missing shots or if you're like holding it down more. So if you notice like you're holding down your recoil control and you're bouncing, probably need to turn that down, turn your dead zones down. But yeah, that's how dead zones work. Hopefully you guys get better at the game from this advice that I gave you guys. And yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, hope you guys have a good day.